Open your eyes when the pain's so green. He's the crypto gamer of this digital land. NFT sage with taste so sharp, guiding us through this fire. Collecting coins and riding waves. Beanie Mac shows us how to be brave. Smartest influencer in the cyberscape. With witty tips, we reshape our fate. Beanie Mac, so Beanie Mac.
All right, yeah. We're I'm in a beanie mood, you know what I mean? Like it's the Beanie Max theme song, dude. Who's turned in like the villain of NFTs. Kinda, dude. Beanie's just keeping it really, really real on the timeline lately. And damn, I love the beanie takes. If you're an NFT bro, you probably don't. Oh, Gravity was you, dude. What a name, by the way, Gustav Klimt. What a great fucking name, dude. By the way, Suno, just spin up actually, we've had that for a minute, but spin up an anthem, spin up a theme song. Rabbit, started diving into that. It's the best, dude. Suno's the best. I need to get a Suno sponsorship. All right, let's get to some quick GMs. Let's do that. Cats, good morning, man. That sale, dude, what a crazy thing. And actually, we are going to talk some NFTs today. And seeing a sale like that, look, I think we're all waiting to see what way things break. Does the economy break or does the cycle break? You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows. Everybody knows that something big is coming, and we're hoping it's breaking in our favor. But we don't know. I mean, we really are heading into uncharted territory. But things are changing here in crypto and NFTs for sure. NFTs feel like they've lost any magic that they used to have. And there's a lot of people, I would say most people think they're never coming back. Never. I'm not one of them. But we still have to pick our spots. We need to try to feel out what direction it does break if the market bounces back. And for me, it's a when the market bounces back. But what are we focused on and what are we playing? If it's not 10K collection PFPs, you know what I mean? If it's not that, what is it? And a lot of us have thought for a while it might be art, right? If we have more than just the final pump, if we have like an extended rally, if we have a really, really special market coming, what are the assets that you actually can win in and win big in, right? And I think I'm planting my flag firmly in art. So we'll see. Drop King, good morning, man. Yeah, probably wasn't the right call for a song, but it's what's in my heart. All right, boys, we're live on. It's nice to have the internet working today, by the way. We're live on Abstract. We're live on X. We're live on YouTube. All the usual places. Hit the like wherever you're watching, but come over to YouTube. Let's put the comments up. Subscribe over here, man. What a shit thumbnail today. Whatever. Come over to X and make sure you're following SlamAI_XYZ. This show right here, this show will be streaming on that account either Friday or Monday, but that is the account this stream is moving to. The Swarm account will be different. And I'll tell you what, that's alpha. So stay tuned. The Swarm account will be different. Still swarmy, but different. I even wonder if that's too much. It's whatever. It's changes coming, big changes, really big, really cool changes. Show will not be on the Swarm account. It'll be on the SlamAI account, which will be something else. But yeah, follow over there. If you're watching on X, follow over there. Still, by the way, we'll be talking crypto market, NFTs. We'll be talking AI for sure. A bigger focus on devs, builders, basically more of these interviews, but I think really focused on certain topics too. And it's going to be, I can't wait. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a mix up of the kind of content I've been doing for a while. It's Yeah, I can't wait. Also, follow us at CryptoSlam.io over on X. How would I retweet the show even too? I'm gonna retweet. I'm gonna drop it in the chat here. 1 minute for that. Okay, boom. Big day today, fam. Big day. Big day. It's not just the art sale, but let's start with the art sale. But it is a big day. Today's gonna be one of those like maybe like a pace setting kind of day in crypto. I hope this is also a pace setting kind of moment too. Massive art sale yesterday. It's in Gravity's hands, I guess. 236 million dollar art sale here. Gustav Klimt, Elizabeth Lederer. This dude only has, I think, like 25 pieces of work out there. I think most were destroyed in like the early 1900s. Most of them destroyed. He doesn't have much that reaches the market ever, right? So a rare auction here yesterday. I wish we caught it. Like I think you could actually watch the bidding live, and apparently it was a big bidding war right at the end. But 236 mil. Is it money laundering? Which we're so used to here, right? You know, you see big money move and I don't know. I'm like conditioned now. I see it. I'm like money laundering. This probably not. Maybe, probably not. If it's not money laundering, and again, it's probably not. It's a great reminder that there's people out there with such incredible wealth. It makes us playing in this little crypto market seem like just nothing. Just nothing. A lot of money out there, boys. And a lot of that money, I think, coming on chain. Well, not think. No. But massive. This is what is it? Sotheby's is saying it's the most valuable work of modern art ever sold at auction. Second highest, what was it? Second highest art auction in history. Dude, incredible things. It's just a sign rich people looking for things that other people can't have. And there's not many things other people can't have, right? There's not a lot. It's kind of why I'm so, boy, it sounds crazy these days, but it's one of those reasons I'm so optimistic on some PFPs. Some. I'm very, very optimistic on art, some art, on-chain art, and I'm very optimistic on some on-chain collectibles. And still, don't care the prices right now. I still believe it's the Bitcoin collectibles that you might see some of the biggest wins coming from. That's my bet, and I'm only betting it because it makes sense to me. Maybe it's crazy. I think it does sound crazy today. I'm okay with that. But I think that's I think Bitcoin collectibles are gonna look very, very, very interesting a few years down the road. Gravity. Hey, I mean, there's a big old. I mean, Beanie's real. I did the Beanie theme song for a reason. Beanie's like really stirring things up on X, and he's basically talking right click save. Right? He's not wrong. We'll talk about this a bit now. We'll probably talk about it more on Chart Monkeys coming up in 3 hours. But I do want to talk direction to NFTs again. I'll probably save it for Chart Monkeys. It's a good conversation. Hey, when the market is what it is now. By the way, good morning, Luna. Good to see you, sir. When the market is how it is now, it's real easy to shit on NFTs, man. Yeah. Same Gravity. Same with the Flog NFT. Same thing. I like it. When the market's ass, it's really easy to say NFTs don't make sense. They're worthless. They're stupid. All right. When it's bullish, you can absolutely buy into they are the future of like digital identity and whatever. I still believe in it. I do. I know it's crazy now. I believe in it. I do. Do I believe in this market? Do you guys believe in this market anymore? We're doing this again. Fear greed down to a 9. Lowest since April. This is also, and I hope this is the next tab here, but the longest we've been down at this level. The longest we've been at this level in something like 3 years. I hope that's the next tweet. It's not. Damn it, dude. All right, I got it somewhere. Whatever. The longest stretch we've been at this level in 3 years since the FTX collapse. Crazy, right? Sentiment doesn't match what's happening on chain. Well, in a way, it does. If we talk about the Bitcoin whales, the OG whales, the ancient Bitcoin whales selling their Bitcoin. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Then I get it. But no, I mean, there's so much good stuff happening on chain. It's not happening to our bags, and so people think it's over. The like illusion, has been lifted. That's for sure. But fear at a 9. Crazy. All right, so then we got to ask. It's good to check in here every so often. Where are we at? Where do you guys have us? Kook says we're in denial. Right? We talked about this a few weeks back, and I was given some examples of exactly that, right? Exactly that. My investments are with great companies. They'll come back. That was all over X. No. Consolidate to the good shit and people listing their good shit that happened to be like newer coins, but, that seemed like they had a chance. I don't think that works anymore, by the way. Where are we at? Denial makes sense. Anxiety denial makes sense. Nothing will surprise me now. Where do you guys have us at right now? We can't be optimism belief, right? Can we? Where are we at? If this thing is even real. I don't know. Something's breaking here, though. Something's going to break. Either typical patterns break or the economy breaks. Something is about to break here. I'm here for it. I don't care. I'm here with you guys. We stay plugged in because when things break, when things get volatile, that is where you get your best opportunities without fucking fail. Without fail. Complacency. Okay. Complacency. So I can get with that as in, like, look, the chart isn't perfect, right? It's a meme, but meaning that we've got a big old crash incoming. Yeah, cats, they might not. Cats, that tweet you sent me like 2 days ago, again, I'm kind of there, like business cycle, liquidity cycle. Also, don't know, feels like something's going to break, and it could be that breaks, that we never realized the upside of that. I don't know. Today, big day. I'm not the NVIDIA quant. I'm not, you know what I mean? Everybody's on X saying why this matters. I think we know why it matters. NVIDIA earnings tonight. This could give us the footing we needed. If NVIDIA earnings, if they smash it tonight, maybe game on, maybe. I still think we need a few other things. Crypto's in complacency, NFTs in anger. Hang on, let me go back and look. NFTs in, okay. Crypto in complacency, NFTs in anger. I don't hate that. Yeah. I panic sold some shit recently. I'm stabling up as much as I can. I do not mind missing the initial pump if we come back, right? I just I'm in max preservation mode. NFTs in anger. I like that. NVIDIA earnings tonight. Let's see. Could be, look, I don't think this is any kind of catalyst that gets us like cooking again. I think a bad earnings could cook us for a minute. I'm still betting on the Santa rally. I still am. I still think that's on its way. And I think we're only down for another few weeks. Just a gut feel. Too many good catalysts coming. Too many. That said, let's check crypto prices. I have a feeling not great. Remember, we touched 89 on Sunday. 91.3 right now for Bitcoin. ETH hanging on to 3K. Ripple 212, BNB 914, and Solana 136. Boy, it doesn't look great looking at the 7-day column. And then over on ETFs, also not great. I think 5 days straight. Let's peek. 5 days straight of outflows. 372 million outflows yesterday. I'm really curious when we get to Solana what that looks like. ETH first. 72 million outflows yesterday. 6 day. Well, let's say 7-day streak of outflows here. Man. And then Solana, are we betting up? Are we betting inflows here? Probably. I don't know why we get ads on that site. sometimes. What's up, Hoods? Good morning, man. Yeah, dude, look at Solana. I don't think the Sol NFTs have had a single day outflows. 26 million inflows yesterday. Dude, pretty interesting. Solana bros will take it. Not helping the price much, but there's interest out there. Growing interest, it seems. Yeah, there we go. There's our 3-year stretch or our longest time down in extreme fear in 3 years. 3 years. Don't hate that either. I don't hate buying anything right now, to be honest. I'm not doing it yet, but I don't think loading up your bags right now, you know, risk reward is kind of there. It's not as great as it could be, but risk reward, it's kind of there. There's some upside here on some of this stuff, and downside on a lot of it is I don't know. I don't think that's a bad play at all, Gravity. Look, I watch for crime. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of just look at. Actually, I am curious too, Cats. Why, dude? Dude is their AI product coming, I think, much sooner. I think Dude's like, what was their thing called again? What was the Doodles AI tool called? I'm trying to remember the name of it. Dude, they stopped like talking about that thing. It's coming soon though. They're definitely starting to ramp that up. Doodles AI, whatever's coming soon. I don't think Dude's a bad play right now, but I am curious to why. Anyway, Brandon Gill, $300,000 Bitcoin buy. Happens to be on the House Budget Committee. Like, I think these guys know. To me, it's like, I like this. Think one more liquidation, and then we grow again. How far off do you think, Gravity? I feel like short term. I think like really short term. If we get that, right, I think it's coming soon, and I think it's quick. I'm betting on the Santa rally. I just am. Soon. Like, really, in the next couple of weeks. Look, we have the U.S.-China trade deal coming. The tariffs. There's talk again, I mean, for the 100th time, of maybe some progress with Ukraine, Russia. We got the Clarity Act. We have a lot of really, really positive things coming. I think those start happening and they start stacking and we start getting some confidence back in this market. I think. We'll see. I'm not going to say I know. I don't think anybody knows, right? So I'll just keep saying I think. It's a gut thing. It's a vibe thing. We'll see. When Eric Trump or John Jr., one of them, saying Q4 going to be amazing for crypto. And then just hold on. All right, the Treasury General account starting to empty out. Just starting. This is one of those catalysts. One smaller maybe it's not even a small catalyst. One of those catalysts. One of them. That money with the government reopened now finally starting to flow. Almost $1 trillion that was held in the TGA. Should help. Should move the market. Cats, this kind of plays on, right, the tweet you had sent a couple days back. That expectation that the business cycle, that we see the payoff for, I don't know. I want to believe that. I kind of do lean that way, but also I think something is about to break here. That maybe for the first time that doesn't play out. So we'll see. I just want everybody to be really, really careful here. Really careful. Okay, another domino that's going to fall here is we get a new Fed chair soon. What is it, May? I thought it was actually sooner than that, by the way, but I think somebody in here mentioned May. But we have a new Fed chair coming. I hope it's good. I hope it's good for our bags. I don't know. Let's see. You bought, dude. Oh, with your OpenSea. We'll talk about this too. Really cool. Hey, I'll say this. The OpenSea farming thing is probably worth your attention again. I know some people here played Wave 1, maybe mostly sat out Wave 2. Wave 3 started now. Look, I'll say this. The rewards in Wave 2, I actually saw people winning. Right? I saw some guys who didn't farm a ton actually winning. We'll show some of those wins, but I saw somebody win a doodle. I saw somebody get a chromie squiggle. Like, there's some people winning there. And you are farming the C token as well. Well, again, we'll get to that in a minute, but another domino. There's a lot of dominoes to fall here, guys, and they're all really, really positive. U.S. Saudi Arabia going to announce I think this is almost a $1 trillion investment. 600 bill right here, right? The payoff for this comes at some point. This investment in AI is happening. We'll see that. Like, we will tangibly see that here in the United States. Building of data centers and chip manufacturing. It's going to get really, really, really interesting here. Power plants. There is a kind of growth coming, and it's probably years off, but there is something coming. You know what? Do you guys ever get like this? You can feel something happening, and you can't put your finger on exactly what it looks like, but you just know there's something happening. There's something happening, and it's a good thing. And I think it's painful to get there. And don't forget, at least I don't forget, when Trump took office, Elon Musk actually said this. He said it's going to be painful at the start. He said like the first year would be really, really painful. Has been. It kind of has been, right? But is there a boom to follow? I'm betting on that. No limits for deals with the U.S. Yeah, there we go. $1 trillion. $1 trillion being invested here in the States. It's a whole other conversation. What a thing it's been with Trump and man. But here you go too. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Anthropic, a strategic partnership here. You have NVIDIA and Microsoft investing in Anthropic. Anthropic's buying $30 billion of Azure's compute. NVIDIA investing $10 billion in Anthropic. Microsoft $5 billion in Anthropic. The AI arms race is going to get really, really spicy, and everybody's saying China's going to win it. They might. But this is, look, I was hoping we'd have a Bitcoin arms race, and we still might. But we're most definitely going to have an AI arms race. Happy to be focused on virtuals because of that, to be honest. But it's coming. I'm going to save this for later, but I thought this was pretty interesting too. Here, I'll drop it in the chat. Just worth reading over. Nothing crazy, by the way, but maybe an indicator that things are actually improving. Manufacturing. Actually on the uptick. We'll see. Market structure. Clarity Act. Still December possible. Tim Scott says the Senate can move on a crypto market structure bill in December. I want to find real quick. Brian Armstrong actually had some comments about it. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Brian Armstrong's out in D.C. Oh, shit. Hang on. We'll get to this in a minute. Whatever. We'll just say it now. The FWOG NFTs are a free mint. I don't know if you guys saw on the timeline, some people are losing their freaking minds over the FWOG mint. Right. What? Or Woot? Is it what? He teased that it was like a 0.2 ETH mint. It was a shit post. I think it was obvious it was a shit post. A couple people thought it was real and actually sold their blind box things. And we're like, fund this dude hard. It's a free mint. It's coming. Free mint. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'm pumped for that. Again, we'll talk about that later, probably on Chart Monkeys. But free mint. Now I'm pumped. I grabbed that 12-pack, right? I think I'll get a whitelist. I think the 12-pack probably equals whitelist. And I think any other box is probably like a raffle. But yeah, hang on. Let me get to Mr. Armstrong here. But yeah, cats. That's basically it. Out of committee by Thanksgiving. Dude, I hope. Yeah, here we go. Hang on. Let's play this.
Hey everyone, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase CEO here. I'm in the halls of Congress, back again, pushing for market structure legislation. We've seen a lot of progress since I was last here. We've now seen draft text shared by the Senate Ad Committee. Senate Banking is also working nights and weekends to get the next iteration of their text out. So we've got a good chance, I think, of a markup for for this bill in December, hopefully get it to the president's desk shortly thereafter. This would be a big milestone to get crypto unlocked with clear rules in the US, which would benefit all companies. But of course, Coinbase wants to be a top crypto company, so we're working hard on product in the meantime as well. And December 17th, we've got our product event, which you can tune in on the live stream to see everything we've been building in the second half of this year. Thanks all of you for continuing to show up and contact your representatives and keep pushing for.
Okay. Yeah, December 17th going to be spicy. This stuff does move the needle. Again, not to our bags, probably not, right? Probably not going to move the needle on our bags, but that's like the trickle-down effect, right? It does work its way to our bags in the long run, especially if we get a sustained rally, right? You know, something sustained does move the needle for us. Sentiment is the thing that's missing. Again, like the way Beanie talks, that's how you start talking when sentiment is where it's at now. Again, extreme fear. But yeah, Coinbase has December 17th, this big product event. I think they're going to unveil a lot. Yeah, stock trading is one of those things. But tokenized stocks, cool. Prediction market seems like it, or like a integration of Kalshi, right? But Coinbase is cooking. I think they have some stuff coming too that they haven't even announced. They haven't revealed it all. So there's a lot coming from Coinbase. Again, all these things, put them together, it moves the needle. It moves the needle. It does. New Hampshire, it's my home state, launched the first ever, what is this, 100 million Bitcoin bond. So companies in the state can now borrow against Bitcoin. Bitcoin's held by BitGo. Interesting. This is pretty great. Man, live free or die. Fucking love it. Love it. Good stuff. I think the first state to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. One or two, I forget now. God, that was one of those dominoes that didn't fall or keep falling, right? We had like 3 states establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We were all hoping the United States government establish it, which we kind of did, but we haven't funded it. We haven't, right? But we were hoping all 50. We were hoping those dominoes fall next. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. No, let me see. Yeah, that's the one I saw, Cats. Okay, yeah, let me put that up on the screen. Yeah, this is that Kalshi integration, huh? Yeah, cool. Dude, right in the Coinbase app, you know what I mean? Like right on Coinbase. Dude, it's going to get so competitive with prediction markets. Great. So many places to make money, probably so many arbitrage opportunities. Dude, I love it. I love it. Kraken cooking too, man. Again, just competitive. A lot of money coming into this space. It does at some point in some way work its way to us and the degen stuff we're into. It does. It does. But Kraken's raised not 200 mil, altogether 800 mil. Looking to IPO next year. Crypto's the place to be betting on. It is. Again, maybe not our bags yet, but there you go, Picasso. There you go. Yeah, it's like bearish for Predict Base. It's like Predict Base is going to have to do what they've asked us to all do, right? Make your market your market. You know what I mean? And you win if you bring eyeballs to your own markets. Well, Predict Base has got to do the same thing. So they can just have a much smaller slice of the pie, but they got to bring some eyeballs. Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky, dude. It's hard to go up against the big guys. It's like that big old tweet, this article from like a week ago about AI products and how like if you're a startup, you're gonna have a really hard time beating the big players. They'll just eat you up. And prediction markets is kind of a similar thing. But yeah, they can still win. Just, expectations like smaller, but they can win. They can. This I thought was kind of awesome, guys. Circle's going to allow people, let's say businesses, let's say maybe blockchains, but I hope it's actually individuals to launch your own stable coin that's backed by USDC, which I think is cool as hell. Right? I always thought we'd see a day where everybody has their own crypto, which we kind of have with meme coins, right? So I always saw that day coming where I always looked at it like a family. Family has their own token. You pay your kids in your token, like their allowance or whatever, which sounds silly, but like in the long run, I think that's exactly what it'll be. We'll have our currency will just be digital. It's no different than now. I just transfer it into a bank account. But I pictured it getting tokenized, right? Instead of just transferring to their bank account, I send them crypto. But so volatile, right? That kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. The kids doing chores and they earn their money and their money's worth less, right? It's not fun. No, maybe everybody has their own stable coin. Like we've got our own family branded stable coin that's backed in USDC. I think that's cool as hell. That's essentially what they're doing here. Again, I don't know if it's available to everybody, but really, really, really cool. X Reserve. Man, I like it. All right, let's quickly look at AI. There's not a lot going on in AI, unless you guys tell me I'm wrong and there's some big stuff cooking that I've missed. Very quiet over, let's say, in the virtuals ecosystem. Just in the past week or so, just very, very quiet. Not a ton of launches on virtual. Some, but very quiet right now. This is one of those just little down periods. What's this, Hoods? Just be careful, just so you know, like that might be legit. But just know that, like, especially on OpenSea, there's scam emails going around, right? I got an email from OpenSea. Actually, it was from Pepsi saying because of like a previous buy, I get a free NFT claim. And it looks kind of official, but it's not. It's bullshit. It's a scam. Be super careful with that, man. I don't know what that email is you have, but there's a Pepsi email going around, and then there's the Doodles one that comes from Pepsi.co. And I got the Doodles one. So yeah, be careful. If it's anything OpenSea related, Hoods, it's probably it's a scam email. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll pull it up. I'm sure you guys got it too, right? All our emails, all our email addresses got leaked, dude. All of them. So like, yeah, you're getting scam emails. Here, I'll put this up. Yeah, there we go. Yep. So I don't know if a lot of people got the Doodles one, but again, I saw a very like a Pepsi version of this, right? But there is also a Doodles one that is also coming from Pepsi, PepsiCo.com. It looks legit. I did a double take. I saw it. I'm like, well, I'm not claiming it anyways because who cares? But I'm like, that's probably bullshit. And then I started seeing tweets out there talking about the Pepsi email that was literally a Pepsi claim or something like that. So yeah, be super be so careful, dude. Oh, it's actually a drainer. I thought it was just fishing. I didn't know it's a drainer. But yikes, yeah. All right, quickly, looking at the AI market, 6.18 bill market cap. Not great, boys. Not great. On the infrastructure side, let's see how we're. Oh no, let's start with agents. Fartcoin, 251 mil. I still watch Fartcoin as that leading indicator, and it's not great. But we got Tibber, Toshi, ALK, and AIC. AIC back to 125 mil. AIC is the one that pumped to like 1 point something bill, right? I think it was this one. And it was just totally crime. I think it was this one. I might be mixing it up. On the infrastructure side, it's FET, Virtual, DCAI, IOTX. All right. And then in DeFi, where I still have the most hope. I really do. I still think DeFi is one of the spiciest opportunities. Again, we're trying to figure out when this breaks one way or the other. Either breaks and we're done, and like we're talking recession time. Maybe worse. I don't know. But if it breaks that way, GG's. If it breaks the other way, and it's okay, final pump, and then it's oh wait, this isn't just the final pump. There's so much more going on here. Things are so broken that the way to fix it has now got to set up for something bigger, more special, longer, whatever. I don't know. That's the extreme hopium scenario. But if that happens, where are you playing? What are you watching for? I'm looking at ICM/AI. I'm looking hard at virtuals, and I'm looking at art. Those are the two things I'd be focused on. Maybe ordinals too at that point. Very little with just typical PFPs. Very little there, if anything, right? But this stuff, yes. And I still think somebody's going to crack this, the code here. I think somebody's going to find the perfect balance between a platform token that, yes, has some buybacks. I don't think that moves the needle much, but maybe has some buybacks and maybe has utility and maybe he's got a different kind of supply. I mean, like lower supply. I feel like there's something to that. Maybe has a different kind of reward, or incentive structure. Somebody is going to crack the code on how you bake a token into your ecosystem in a way that it's not just purely speculative. It's some of the value is the value of the project or the company and the value of the utility. Someone's going to figure that out. I feel like all the pieces are there. Nobody's put it together in the right way, the right balance. I think someone's going to get it. And I'm watching DeFi especially. If you get an ecosystem of agents that are trading or making money and are useful to you as well, there's something there. There's something magic there. I can feel that. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but somebody's going to crack that. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, I wish I had like a week. Just unplug. If I can go meditate or something, but just think about what that looks like, how you do it. I think it's there. The pieces are all there. I think that's going to happen. Anyway, top DeFi token, Venice, 44 mil. Cortex, Banker, OLOS, and AI Tech. 44 mil is your top DeFi token, man. Crazy. Ooh, hang on a sec. Venice. Geez, I'm trying to remember last night listening to, again, Tim Pool. And he had an AI sponsor. It is for like a decentralized like AI platform. I think it was Ask Ven. It might have been Venice. It might have been. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I need to go back and check. If it was them, that's kind of interesting. And then let's look at Mindshare here. Else AI on top. Still no TGE. Man, Cookie, Warp, Rect, Fartcoin. I saw Magic Eden actually use Cookie leaderboards for Emmy rewards. Top 50 on the Magic Eden leaderboard. Got an airdrop. Pretty cool. Over on virtuals, we have Starly launching today, 2.5 hours from now. Should do okay. Again, this market, nothing's gonna cook, but should do okay. I don't even know what okay means these days, right? I got excited about a couple 100,000, FTV on some of these tokens. We'll see. Repos on Friday. I still think Life is interesting. I still think One Path is interesting. This one actually this one's pretty darn interesting. One Path. It's a week off. We'll make sure we carve out some time to like do a deeper dive on that. This one's interesting. And then that's it. Nothing new on the board. Nothing. We still have all the ETH hackathon, finishers, the top 10, all of those still coming. We know there's some good launches still coming. Not on the board yet. And let's peek at who is on the board. Recent launches, how they're doing. All right, here we go. Meme Doge launched yesterday. Deckard 200K, Alpha Snipe. Yeah, not great here. Just kind of all around not great. Love seeing UFX. I'm excited for UFX still. 241K. Butter Liquid 1.3 mil. Yeah, nothing crazy at all. It's just not the market. Not the market. And I'll tell you what, when we're reaching these kind of FTVs, not much opportunity to get in early on the launch and see any gains, right? Maybe you have that opportunity here at this level. And if this market really starts cooking, that's where the opportunity maybe is. Not even a maybe. You know what I mean? If the market starts cooking, some of these will be an opportunity at this level. Boom. Dig it. Man, I want to go find that I want to find that Tim Pool sponsorship from yesterday. Was it Venice? Man, I kind of think it was. All right, on to NFTs, and I do want to spend some time. Guys, have I missed anything bigger happening in virtuals, any of the virtuals projects? I just like, a lot of these teams still cooking for sure, but I'm not seeing any major updates, any major new launches, any slow couple of weeks here. Reply Corp, one of the coolest things to launch, in the past couple of weeks. It's kind of it. I like the meta still, though. I do. I really do. I really, really, really like the virtuals. I like the ICM meta. I'm not calling it AI agent meta at all. It's ICM. And there's something there still. Okay, NFT market, not great still. 11 million sales yesterday. Privacy meta is getting spicy. I like that. I like it. I'm watching mute. I need to do more than watch mute. I'm watching mute though because I want an entry in there and I want a decent position. I like it. Really interesting getting Ethereum focusing on privacy. I think that's a a cool meta or narrative for them to be leaning in on. We're going to put, and this will come up in the next couple of weeks as well, but we'll have an episode dedicated to Ethereum, right? They've got their big upgrade coming December 3rd. So big Ethereum upgrade, but also like privacy push. And yeah, virtual's pushing it too. There's a PRXVT. I know, right? Right, Cass? The mute will get its push. Mute's already got that Mute already got some of that action. And they'll get a lot more if those boys keep cooking. I like mute. And so I gotta like this too. I just don't know a ton about it other than privacy meta or narrative. But yeah, the privacy. ETH is going to get more interesting, I think. Anyway, back to NFTs. Let's see. Sellers were down yesterday. Buyers were down. Transactions down. It just almost down across the board other than average sale price up. Yeah, trade profits down too even. But yeah, average sale price up yesterday. Let's see if we can find out why. I got to say again, though, Art. Oh, yeah. Okay, these liquidity positions here. I assume that's what these are. 2 million sales. It might not be a real sale. It might just be, people providing liquidity. An NFT that backs that position. Anybody doing numbers, though? Let's see. Top PFPs, Pudgies. Yeah, I don't know. Quiet over here. And it doesn't help that you have some of the biggest names here. FUD and NFTs, Kind of rightfully so. I get it. I get the NFT FUD. I really do. But they still can work. Obviously they still can work. You do something like Flog did. Blind box, and then you get the free NFT. Could get interesting here. I don't think they'll be worth a ton at all. I don't. 5,500 edition collection on ETH. $100. Maybe. Worth what, like 0.05-ish or so? I don't, it's more than $100, but right, like super doable. I think super likely. These mint in what, like 2-ish weeks. So we're waiting for details about who qualifies. Free mint, love it. Yeah, who gets a whitelist? By the way, so who of you minted the blind boxes? On Solana, right? The 12 packs. Who minted? I minted for exactly this reason. Just there was enough talk in the timeline. People like this was a secret, right? It wasn't announced, but it was like an open secret that there was going to be a free mint on ETH. It was a secret, but not really. And the other part of that secret was like, I'm pretty sure the 12 pack is going to be a guaranteed whitelist. And if it's not guaranteed, it's, more raffle entries. So 12 pack, I think, is going to get you in. Otherwise, box, I think, gets you raffled. It was like 21,000 boxes minted total. So not everybody's going to get it for sure, right? Yeah, I get why anybody wouldn't have to, right? But it seemed kind of obvious, and it seemed like that. Talk about risk reward. $240 to mint the 12 pack NFT that I just am guessing will be worth around $100. So it's like, so I'm out $140 if it plays out that way. Then with, right now those individual boxes are going for like $25 to $30. So all in all, you're almost like rolling the dice for free. So we'll see. We'll see. Dude, there's another collection. See if I can find real quick. There's another collection minting today on Solana that actually is going to do well. Shoot, what was it called? And all of this is just to highlight that NFT still can work if you got the right community. If it's packaged right, if it's the right product. It can't just be, another 10K PFP mint that has no built-in community already, right? It's not going to work anymore. These Gamba dogs, whatever these were, I think there was already a first wave of these that minted, and it's a really small collection. Maybe it's like 1,000 editions. I'm just throwing out numbers. I don't know the exact numbers. But let's say 1,000 edition. Well, here we go. They've got numbers. Okay. They have some out already, minted at 1 SOL, and they're sitting at like 9 SOL. It worked. Small collection. It has already a community. They do well. I still think NFT, like PFPs, can work really, really well. I was chatting with in the Kong's, what was it? Spaces. They had a Spaces. Community member hosted a Spaces a few days back, and we were chatting about it. I'm like, dude, this can still work, right? Let's say you get a strong Web 2 community. I don't know, what. I don't know what community I have in mind, but just a community that's strong in Web 2. Maybe it's an influencer. Maybe it's a game. Maybe it's what, I don't know. But launches a very small exclusive PFP collection. You've built in demand right there. You do. I think this maturing NFT market, yes, its price is coming down. I think it's also going to be much smarter and thoughtful with the supply and who gets them. And if you want in, you're paying. You're paying somebody on secondary. There's something here. There's still magic here. The magic is not in another mint coming and farm a whitelist and you're going to flip it and make thousands. There's no magic there. That's gone. That's dead. That'll come back when euphoria comes back. And I mean like euphoria, like sustained euphoria, like a year of it. You know what I mean? It's not coming back now. What's up, Mufasa? Good morning. But you target them to the right community and right price and right supply, you still can win here. You really can. Anyway, so watching this goes live. Actually, I think now. I think this mint opens up. I'm not minting. I don't think I qualify or whatever, but this, like, watch it. Just watch it, like the flog thing. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see if NFTs are dead, like Pranksy says, like Beanie says, right? Or yeah, if you do it right, if you can actually still win here. These go live. Not today. Do we have a date here? I think it's today. 1,000 of them mint for 1 SOL. Oh, yeah, here we go. In just over an hour. 3 phases of whitelist, then a public phase. Oh, shit. When they get to public, they're 3.5 SOL. Whitelist phase 1. I like this a lot, actually. Phase 1 is 1 SOL. Phase 2 is 2 SOL. Phase 3, 3 SOL. I like it, dude. Again, we're gonna find the best way to launch these things. Just like I'm saying over with like fungible tokens and, platform tokens. We're going to find the best way to actually do it. We're not there yet. But I think we're going to find it. I think we'll see some money. We'll see some people making money. I can't wait. Beanie talking about that big art sale. Fine art in a perpetual up-only bull market. Yes, your cartoon monkey JPEG still going to zero. Yeah, pretty much. I'm telling you, the 8 Fest was the catalyst. 8 Fest, boy, oh boy, it's just crazy. Yuga's ended, and it's not their fault. It's just if they can't do it, nobody can. But Yuga Labs ended the 2022 NFT bull market with the other side mint. And they've ended, if we're even going to call this an NFT bull market, but they ended the 25 NFT bull market, which wasn't even really there, but they ended it with 8 Fest. Nothing NFT related, just with 8 Fest. Oh, Mufasa, dude, awesome. What was it like? What was it like at the end? I wish I saw it. But yeah, I heard it was pretty exciting at the end. Again, on Chart Monkeys, I'm going to dive into this more with Henry, but Beanie was some takes that you would have in a bear market. I don't agree with him there. There's value in community is one of the biggest traps you can fall into. I don't disagree, but I also don't agree. I don't. I think there is value to a community, and I would say you can't quantify it, but you can. You kind of can with the PFP, and you kind of can with a token. It's the supply that's not right. Community comes and goes. It for new projects, yeah. For established ones with an actual real community, yeah. The meme here, the trap here is in a community that says the words but isn't a real community. But we all, I think, are part of communities that are real communities that are going to be here if the NFT is worth $1. They're still going to be there. I know I've got some communities that if there's it's $1, they'll still be there. If there's no NFT, still going to be there. So again, I don't disagree with him. I also don't agree. I just don't. Oh man, crazy. I bet that was wild. Oh my god, I just probably need to start following the Beanie account. Again, I just they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Also, they're not right. The right click save. Again, I kind of want to save this for later, but utility matters. Country club memberships have their perks. Yeah. It used to be the alpha in the community was the edge. There's so much alpha out there now. So the real edge is actually it's maybe even easier. The real edge now it's a skilled community, but active community. So that way, like, remember we all grouped up so people could cover different corners, right? There's so much value in that. So like to me, a perk or utility is just that the alpha group, that the community is actually active enough to find the plays when they're out there. So they have to be good, but they have to be active. They have to be on top of shit. That's utility. But yeah, Beanie's in full-on bear market mode, and he's not coming back from it either. But I'm sorry, like you guys know, like I love Beanie. It's so easy to do that, to talk bearish when things are bearish, to talk bullish when things are bullish. Where was this talk in the bull market last cycle? Not to say he didn't say at the top, he's calling at the top and he's selling his stuff. He definitely did that. But where was this when it probably mattered more? When prices were inflating, saying, guys, just it's all bullshit. I think the fact is it's not all bullshit. It's just all way overvalued. I think that's real obvious. The narrative of wanting a PFP to be part of a club is dead. Again, it's dead, sure, but there's pockets of it where it's really real. And I just come back to supply. It's one of those reasons. It's one of those reasons I like CyberKong so much. And they've got a fuck ton of supply, but in like the core top level assets, they don't. 1,000 Genesis Kongs, 4,000 baby Kongs. That's perfect. To me, that's the sweet spot. It's why I like GVC, smaller supply. It's why I instantly like FWOG because it's a smaller supply. 3 to 5K, I think, is the sweet spot. Even 1,000's great, but it's harder to get. 1,000's harder. You can have too small a supply. But supply is just too big. Fix it. Smaller. Okay. It's gonna break. It's gonna break, man. It's all gonna break. If it breaks up, What are we betting on? Right? We're going full circle here. What are we betting on? I'm betting on launches on virtuals. I'm betting on projects, or let's say platforms that have a token. That simple. Again, I think somebody's going to crack that code. I'm not betting on PFPs. I'll bet on like collectibles in some form. But I think if we end up having a phenomenal rest of this cycle, where do you bet? People with money, where are they spending their money? They're not going to spend it on PFPs, right? That's a guaranteed way to lose your money. Those rich guys, though, we've learned what they like. We've learned what they love, right? It's it's like that. We've learned those rich guys really fucking love art, don't they? There's something about it. It's like a different kind of flex. It's because they're like more exclusive. If we're saying the problem with NFTs is supply, art doesn't have the same problem. And by the way, it kind of does. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of mid art. But like the great art and also the Kabali kind of art, maybe put them together and that's the perfect storm. But art, man, if this cycle ramps right back up and people make a lot of money again, I think they go art shopping again. I know they go art shopping again because they do it kind of regardless of the market. We saw that all-time high or that massive like goose sale basically at the start of an NFT bear market, right? We saw Sam Spratt's Monument game go for, what was it, 2 mil, 3 mil, basically in an NFT bear market. Art is a flex when the bull comes back. PFPs. So I'm there 5 years out. I think PFPs are back. I really, really do. I really do. The biggest one thing I got way wrong was saying that old PFPs are not coming back, that every cycle it'll be new PFPs that come in. I think that's wrong. I think it's way wrong. It is the old PFPs that I think will last as like the culture. You know, I think that's how it's going to play out. I didn't think it would at first, but now I'm like, well, now we've seen new PFPs don't stand a chance. But like the old OG blue chippy, whatever PFP collections starting to look like they're going to stand the test of time and become like the PFPs of crypto, which is fucking awesome. I think I didn't see it playing out that way, but it is. But again, art, I think is the place to be betting on from now through the rest of the cycle, through a bear, whatever. Art. Big news from Art Blocks. Okay, they have 3 more mints coming out. Super cool, man. Super cool. I thought the last collection, the Larva Labs one, was the very last one. There are 3 actual final collections on Art Blocks. I don't think, well, no, these are curated. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to classify this as. I like that, Zober. I like that digital real estate or digitized real estate. Yeah. I'm with you there too. I like that. That's part of the whole like on-chain TVL is going to grow, like going to get ridiculous. It's not going to be our bags though. More participants on chain because of things like that. Some of them wander into the degen fields, you know? Anyway, art. If you've bought on Art Blocks before, I'm bummed to say I almost haven't at all. I've minted 2 things on Art Blocks. It's one of my regrets. Like, I know the art market really well. I've always like been bummed I never got deep in Art Blocks. But free mints coming up, 3 free mints, and they're actually really cool ones. Snowfro, his brother, and Jeff Davis. 3 free mints coming up. You need to go on Art Blocks and make a profile. I never did that before. I did now. And I don't know if there's going to be tiers or what, but go make your profile on Art Blocks. And you've got 3 free mints coming up. The final leg of Art Blocks. That said, there's gonna be another Art Blocks phase. So, you know, kind of a rebirth for those guys. But I'd be paying attention right now really hard to art. We just saw ACK sell 2 of his works from his new collection, Clown. Do I have it up here in a tab? Clown something. Dude, one of these went for 75 grand. One went for $100,000. Art. The rich guys have done well this cycle. They love collecting art. They believe some of this is going to appreciate tremendously. I think so too, some of it. But they're going to gamble on art, not 10K edition PFP collections. They're going to gamble on a 10 edition 1011. You know what I mean? They'll gamble on that. ACK. I'm telling you, I think Modest might be the next guy. I think Modest could be the next ACK kind of artist. He checks the boxes. Cabal and the big name art collectors love him, and his shit's not expensive right now. I think those mementos are a really interesting buy. But anyway, art blocks, ACK is one of those, indicators. Hang on, let me see if I got here too. There was another big art sale yesterday, like $100,000+ art sale. Was it Rip Cash? Hang on, let me find. I just got to show you that like art is cooking, man. I got to find it. I need to make sure. I need to make sure people know. I think you guys know already, but I got to make sure you see it. Like your own eyes. You got to see that this stuff is art's different. Hang on, I'm going to find it. Here we go. Yeah, it is Rip Cash. There we go. $125,000. Rip Cash. This is by Rhinotic, the creator of TokenWorks, right? The Punkster and Pudgy and all those, right? He bought. The rich guys go and they spend their money on art. They're rare. I'm telling you, if this is not the biggest sign of what happens if UBI happens or if UHI happens, again, 5-10 years down the road, if AI replaces jobs and we all just get money thrown at us because they have to do it, what are people going to do? What do people with like more money than they need right now do? They buy art. They buy rare art. Like this is not hopium. This is what happens already. So what happens if that happens across the board, that everybody has enough money to buy their essentials and then they just have money left over to do what it sounds crazy. I know, but this whole thing is breaking. So let's just use what we know. What do people do when they have extra money? They do that. $125,000. Like, I'm not going to overthink this. I'm not mid-curve. I'm full on left curving this. This is what they do. And so again, my bet 5-10 years out is on art, and it's on those few ordinals collections that I think are going to be treated like this. I still believe it. I don't think my mind can be changed on that. I don't think so. Unless, we get 10 years down the road and it's not. Look, if my mind, like with old PFP collections on ETH being like the PFP collections on, like, I changed my mind about that. I'll tell you if my mind changed. I'm open to it. I love being wrong. But right now, I'm only like, my conviction's only like getting more firm that that's going to happen. Those ordinals collections. Another big NFT mint. I actually thought this was a joke at first, but it's not. Def Beef, again, one of my fucking favorite artists. I love this guy. I love his art. A big mint coming up. This like stop motion video that he's got tokenized. This will do really well. The rich guys have got their money. They're not buying PFPs anymore. They are buying art. So again, if we break up, meaning market comes back and we're on fire and we're cooking again, fuck PFPs. I mean, have fun with them, by the way. PFPs will still do. I still think we got a 2x in a lot of these PFP collections. That's still my bet. I still think things get hot again. I still think people are going to gamble on art, on PFPs. I think they will have a harder time seeing multiples because everybody's looking to exit. Everybody wants to get out before a bear market, but there still is some upside on these things. I think the bigger upside is on this, especially if Bitcoin really does something silly coming up here. Cool collection. Real cool collection. What's up, Luna? All right, we got to wrap there. Art, guys. Art. Don't fade it. All right, subscribe to CryptoSlam over on YouTube. I got to say again, follow SlamAI_XYZ. The X stream is moving there. From the Swarm_AI to SlamAI_XYZ. The stream on Friday or Monday is moving over here. And shit, was there something else? I don't know. Anyway, Chart Monkeys at noon Eastern time. Feel like there's something else. If there is, I'll get you next time. But anyway, back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Ramping the guests back up again. So stay tuned for some announcements on that front. Hope your guys' day is great. NVIDIA earnings call tonight. Let's see. Man, do we wake up tomorrow with Bitcoin back in the mid-upper 90s? Or do we get down to what, 87? Can't wait to see. Can't wait. Anyway, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, fam. Goodbye.